What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. So I feel like we have a very interesting topic to talk about today, and that is, should the Falcons vs. Buccaneers rivalry be taken more seriously? Now, I'm not saying Falcons fans just don't hate the Bucs because they are a division rival, but we always talk about how the Saints are our biggest rival. I preached all over Twitter that the Panthers vs. Falcons rivalry is underrated, but we never talk about how much we hate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and understandably so, because even though they have a Super Bowl under their belt, they just are one of the more irrelevant teams in the league, and the Falcons just always seem to beat them, at least in recent years. However, with an embarrassing loss at home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, should we start taking this rivalry more seriously? Let's get into that. Let's first go over how a rivalry works, and to be honest, rivalries can consist of many things, but to me, a rivalry should have at least one of the following: a heated and competitive history, meaning whenever the two teams play, they always keep things close and the all-time record is even, or close distance. Now yes, there's rivalries in the NFL that have teams that are not even close to each other on the map, like some people say the Falcons and Seahawks is a rivalry, even though Seattle is far from Atlanta. But to me, a big rivalry should be teams that are close to each other on the map, like the Bears and Packers, and to me, Falcons and Panthers. Or fans going at each other every year. This one's obvious. The fans have to go at each other on social media, at the games, just wherever you go, the fans need to be rowdy. Those are just my takes on what makes a good rivalry, and do the Falcons vs. Bucs have at least one of those? Yes. In fact, they have two of them. They have a heated and competitive history and close distance. And in my family, they have fans going at each other, because living in Orlando, Florida, you can expect some Bucs fans around, and unfortunately, I had to hear it from them yesterday. The Bucs did beat the Falcons, so congrats on the win. Took you a while, but anyway, back to the subject. Let's go over my reasons on why I think the Falcons vs. Buccaneers rivalry should be taken more seriously. 1, these two teams keep it close and competitive seemingly every year. Look, the Falcons lead the all-time series by 2 games, 27-25, and there's still another game left to be played this year. Let's just be honest. When was the last time we blew out the Bucs? 2014? Maybe 2016? Face it, Falcons fans, every time we play the Bucs, it's always a close game. No matter how good or bad the quarterback is, or the coach is, or the teams in general are, they bring on an entertaining matchup. Number 2, it's a Florida-Georgia rivalry. See, with college football, Georgia vs. Florida is a huge game. Why is it not the same here with the Falcons vs. Bucs, who play each other more than once every year? A Georgia sports fan hates Florida teams. A Florida sports fan hates Georgia teams. Why aren't we hating each other more than we should? We're even in the same division. That should spark things up. And number 3, we're virtually the same exact team every year. Don't you hate that? We both arguably have the best offense in the NFC South, and embarrassingly, we both have talent on defense and can't seem to get things going on that side of the ball. We both had Dirk Cutter, Mike Smith, a defensive-minded coach. We're always the same team every year, and we're trying to prove which one is better. And I'd hate facing that team, especially twice a year. So to finish things off, there's something I heard from Georgia Bulldogs coach Kirby Smart on the Georgia-Georgia Tech rivalry, or the clean old-fashioned hate rivalry. He said, "You don't think it's important, then lose it, and then it will be really important." Which is what I think is the same case here. See, right now, the Falcons and Bucs are just not a very good team. And in recent years, Falcons have had their number, but even still, they always keep things close. They're still always competitive. And once both teams are Super Bowl contenders, there might be a different way you look at this rivalry. You're not going to hate them till they're Super Bowl good, which sounds like it makes sense, but don't sleep on them now. Because just like we saw on Sunday, even if both teams aren't at their best, this rivalry should be taken much more seriously. But that's all I got. I thought I was going to preview this matchup versus the Saints, but I kind of already previewed them. before this season, so I don't know why I need to show you guys what they are like again. But anyway, let's hope we get the win then. Other than that, please make sure to smash that like button, blow up the comment section, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any weekly content. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys this Friday with some type of video at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Rise up.